All right, so let's dive into one of the biggest moves in AI policy right now. Spain cracking down on unlabeled AI generated content. They've got this new law, and well, it's a big deal. Companies that don't label their AI generated work, they're facing fines of up to 35 million euros, or get this, 7% of their total global turnover. That's like massive. And it's not just about fines. They're banning subliminal AI targeting of vulnerable people and using biometric data for discriminatory purposes. Sounds heavy, right? But here's the kicker. Spain's established a whole new agency, AESIA, just to make sure this all gets enforced. It's like, on one hand, they're protecting people from the shady stuff AI can do, but on the other, I wonder how global companies will even adapt to this. I mean, are they ready for that level of oversight? And speaking of global movements, 68 countries, no, wait, 58, just signed this big declaration at the AI Action Summit in Paris. It's all about sustainable and inclusive AI. Basically, they're saying AI policies need to be environmentally ethical, and honestly, that's not a bad idea, right? But let's not forget, there's a gap between signing fancy papers and making real changes. Are these governments capable of following through, or is it just, symbolic? If we zoom out for a second, it kind of reminds me of when the GDPR dropped. Remember that whole shakeup with online data and privacy rules? Yeah, it's like AI's hitting its own version of that turning point. Regulators were sort of caught off guard back then, and companies scrambled to catch up. This time, you can see they're trying to get ahead of the curve. But is it enough? Like AI can move so fast, governments barely have time to figure it out before the tech's already evolved. And this isn't just theory. The pressure on businesses to comply or adapt is real, and they've got to invest in staying within these lanes, or else face serious penalties. It's going to be fascinating to see if this new wave of AI policies reshapes which companies thrive and which don't keep up. So, let's talk big tech moves, starting with Meta. They've rolled out their first ever in-house AI training chip. Yep, you heard that right. Meta's joining the hardware game, and honestly, it seems like a smart play. By designing their own chips, they're kind of cutting that reliance on external suppliers. I mean, why wait for someone else's timeline when they can move things forward on their own terms, right? Now, what's cool about this isn't just the tech, it's what it means for AI development overall. Like, if major players start doing this, will we see faster innovation? Or is it more about bolstering their own dominance in the space? You gotta wonder if smaller companies can even come close to competing when Meta's out here, while building its own engines for AI progress. All right, shifting gears a bit. Another headline that's like super worth mentioning. Elon Musk's xAI has this new model called Grok 3, and it's not just a catchy name. The thing's reportedly crushing it at solving complex problems, like high-level math and even apparently PhD-grade science. I mean, okay, that's wild. If this holds up, Grok 3 could seriously change how we tackle big challenges in like education, research, and beyond. But here's the thing. While this sounds super promising, does it shift the balance too much towards, automation? Like, if machines get better at reasoning than we are, what happens to those industries that rely on human analytical skills? It's exciting and kind of scary at the same time, right? And speaking of cool but kind of scary, OpenAI's back at it again, this time with a model designed for creative writing. Imagine chatting with an AI that can spin intricate fictional stories as if it's been doing it for years. But wait, here's the kicker. It's already firing up copyright debates, since these models get trained on real, human-created content. How do you even draw the line between inspiration and, well, appropriation in cases like this? Still, from a creative tool perspective, this could be a total game changer. Like, think about solo creators or small teams who suddenly have access to, basically, an AI co-writer. It's opening doors, no question. But you kinda can't ignore how it could also reshape industries in ways we haven't even fully wrapped our heads around yet. Okay, let's start with San Francisco. Surprise, surprise, this city's still a major player in the AI game. It's actually ranked 4th in the US for job postings that need AI skills. And I mean, that's not shocking, right? The whole Bay Area has been a tech magnet for ages. But here's the flip side. While those jobs bring loads of opportunity, they also raise some big questions. Like, are they creating a bubble where only certain people can thrive? And what happens to the rest who don't fit into this high-skill, high-tech world? But San Francisco aside, let's jump over to Taiwan for a sec, because they've got a seriously cool thing happening. It's called the Best AI Awards 2025. Basically, it's this international competition with a pretty sweet prize, NT $1 million, which is like, what, over 30 grand US?
They're hoping this draws global AI talent and sparks some major innovation. You've got to appreciate moves like this. Initiatives that don't just push progress, but make it accessible for up-and-coming talent. It's not just about results, it's about who gets invited to the table, you know?
Now let's bring it back to something more tangible, like everyday, showing up in real life tangible. Microsoft is out here telling over 140 stories about how businesses are using AI to basically reshape everything from treatments in healthcare to everyday business operations. That's a lot, right? But it's also where AI really hits home. It's not just about space-age concepts or futuristic what-ifs. It's making waves in industries we interact with every single day. And honestly, these examples matter. They show how AI isn't just shaping industries, it's actually remaking them. In some places, that's fantastic, like saving time or improving accuracy. But sometimes, it also means people's roles are shifting or outright disappearing. That's the double-edged sword, right? It's exciting, but it's complicated, just like, pretty much everything AI-related. All right, so as we wrap this up, I think what's clear is that AI isn't just a futuristic concept or a tech tool. It's here, like right now, working its way into how we live, work, and even think. Whether it's powering job markets, sparking innovation, or proving its worth in businesses worldwide, AI's societal and economic footprint is only growing. And what we do with it? That's the story I think we'll be exploring for a long, long time. So, on that note, thanks for tuning in today. This has been an awesome chat, and I can't wait for next time. Until then, keep dreaming big and questioning everything.